the book skips forward yet again, and
Okay,
it gets to 1993, where they go to a Specs War Specialist Conference in San Diego. And they're just basically looking at all of the cool shit, all like the spy stuff. And at one
They're
point, so we
at a
go to this like
conference?
expo, and there's like all of it's an expo where there's
SpyCon.
SpyCon, where they're showing up a bunch of spy shit, as well
What?
as like all of the spies are getting together to like have a reunion. Like they're just all going to looking at all the cool new spy stuff / going to possibly conferences about how to be a better spy. It's very
Don't
confusing.
go to a conference about being a spy. That's step one. Don't go to this shit.
And this book, this chapter rather, is so perfect because I think it encapsulates just the themes of the book in its entirety, which is all the book there. This chapter follows him walking through this conference and a bunch of spies calling him by different names because he doesn't give his name out. He only gives his name out to a few select people. And so all of them are calling them code names like Pirate and Joshua and other
Joshua's
shit
just a
like
name.
that.
Josh
And
was just a name, though.
yeah, but it's like a code name, which is also the code name given to him by Bill Casey. So remember that for later.
But Bill Kelsey knows his real name.
Yeah, but he gives him a code name.
So he doesn't tell Bill Casey, head of CIA, his real name?
No, he tells him his real name, but Bill Casey gives him a code name, which is
Bill
Joshua.
Casey tells him. Got it.
Yes. So this whole chapter is him wandering around the convention, and different spies are just basically talking about how cool he is.
Sure, of course.
Where he's like, there's all of these moments where he talks about like different spies where it's like, man, the last time I saw you was Quantico. And it's like, another spy's like, you were in Quantico? And it's like, yeah, but I barely got out of there alive. Ha 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 ha. Like I was in this super secret thing. And then this is the first mention of the Kumite, which he talks about from Bloodsport, which I think we'll get into later. So yeah, basically this whole chapter is just like him meeting with a bunch of people and all of them just talking about how cool he is. And my favorite part of this is all these spies are around him, and one of them only knows him as Pirate. He calls him Pirate. And Keith joined us, shaking his head in amazement. You worked with Frank too? Frank, Bucky said. I didn't know your name. Keith gestured at me. Yeah, Frank. Frank Dux, this sorry son of a bitch. Bucky's mouth almost hit the floor. You're Frank Dux? The Frank Dux? The one Jean-Claude Van Damme tried to impersonate in Bloodsport? Well, I'll be damned.
Impersonate.
The conference was getting more entertaining by the minute. I've never seen Bucky at a loss for words before. Here he was, dumbstruck and shaking his head in amazement. So
now why you say try to impersonate, is that what he means by acting in a movie about you, the person?
Yes,
where
but I am imagining that Jean-Claude Van Damme did not do a very good job impersonating Frank Dux because he wasn't his
film Bloodsport. Okay.
Wasn't as good or as strong or as powerful as him. So
there probably wasn't as much good kissing, although you've seen the movie and I haven't, so I don't know.
Yes. So another thing that I think is just my like closing thing from this that I think is just really great is he talks about he references that there is a required 130 days of active duty to be considered like a Marine. And all the records show that he didn't do those 130 days of active service. And I'm guessing
this is in his book?
Yes, he references it in his book that he did not do 130 days of active service. And that's how people will point to him that he was not in. So he's like already kind of meeting the critics ahead. Like he's already answering a question they're going to have, which is like
8 Mile. He's doing
which is like there is no record of you doing these 130 days of service. And to that he answers using the people in the conference that are meeting him and talking to him. He is using them talking about other even more secret things he did, as he didn't do the 130 days of the train or like the active duty because it was so secret. It had to be off the books. So using the people he meets at the conference, he answers the critique he's going to get later by people digging into his past and finding out that he didn't actually complete this by being
he did 130 secret days.
He did 130 secret days.
Got it.
So that is his way, and it is. I thought when I read that, I was like, that's brilliant. That's is great. Absolutely golden. Just because he knows that people are going to come at him for that.
Sure.
And he knows that, like,
for his made up bullshit.
Yeah, he knows just well enough that people are going to critique his record. But he's like, oh, I got one in the barrel for you guys. Don't worry.
They call me pirate.
I did these, but not under my name. I didn't do it under the name Frank Dux because I don't give my name out. Exactly. I did them under other names. So it looks like a bunch of people. Oh, goodness. It looks like a bunch of people did service, but it was actually all me in a combined effort of a lot more than 130 days, but it was all under different names and identities because even when I was at the boot camp, they noticed I was such a big, strong fighting guy that they were like, hey, we're gonna get you for some other shit. Come on. And
that makes sense. I mean, it's airtight.
And that concludes our adventures of Frank Dux for this week. And what'll happen next time? Will we find out what his actual mission is? Will we get any more information on Fish? Will he be sent anywhere to do anything? Or will he just keep getting complimented incessantly by people that are around him? We'll find out next time.
I want to be clear. Yes, I love it. He goes to this conference. Is this after all the Bill Casey shit, or is this like immediately?
This is during.
So he talks to Bill Casey and he's like, you're my new hot kiss boy spy.
Yes.
And then he's like, I got to go to SpyCon, which I can't even unpack how crazy that is.
I think it exists in the same timeline because I'm gathering from this book there are several timelines because it bops around so much. I'm betting that this exists in the timeline where he is like, I don't think in this timeline he knows who Fish is yet. Or it's like the one where he went on the date where it was like talking about how he was going to meet up with someone, and then the next chapter was him going on a date where he talked about how he went to seduction school. I think that like him going on the date and remembering back to seduction school and him going to this conference and remembering back to all the cool shit he did in like Nicaragua, that exists in the same timeline, which I think is separate from the timeline where he's chasing Fish and also separate from the timeline where he's being hired by Bill Casey.
Okay. Now, is there a chance that a la Primer, he is Fish from the future?
I'm thinking either one of two. I'm thinking either one of two things. I'm thinking that either maybe three things. One, obviously, a Will Smith Gemini Man situation.
Of course, that's what I'm.
Two,
that's what I'm suggesting.
I'm thinking that it will be revealed that he was Fish the whole time in the cloning sort of thing because he's so cool that he was cloned to be Fish.
To be a clone.
Or three, that this is a Memento type situation where because it's so disjointed and he's remembering things all over the place that it will be revealed that he, like Fish, is like the suit guy who is his handler, but he is going to kill him because he has convinced himself that Fish is a bad guy.
Now, wait a minute. What if he was chasing Fish in a different earlier, and then he meets Suit, and actually he orchestrated all of this with Bill Casey? He was spying the spy so that he could get close to Suit and shoot him because he's Fish. And be like, bang, but it's real and it's a gun and it looks really cool. I don't know. We'll find out next time.
All great theories.
It's great. I love it. I did look up time travel movies, and a SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water movie came up. That's confusing to me. But this sounds great. I'm excited for the next chapter.
Thank you.